Good morning. I'd like to call this meeting of reorganization to order. Entertain a motion for the reading and approval of the minutes of the last meeting.
Motion.
And the question? All in favor? Aye. Pledge allegiance, please. Yeah. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. So we've approved the reading and approval of the minutes. Opportunity for the public to address the board, agenda items only. Motion 230001. A motion to appoint the chairman, woman of the Board of Commissioners. Entertain a motion.
Okay, well, I certainly would be honored to be the chairman, but I'm sure that's not going to happen. But if possible, that would be fine with me. So if not, I will make a motion for Jerry Notarianni to be chairman.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second.
On the question? All in favor? Aye. Motion 230002, motion to appoint a vice chairman, woman of the Board of Commissioners. I'll make a motion to approve, or to recommend, make a motion for Debbie Dominic to be the vice chair. On the question?
Well, sorry, as a second.
Second.
On the question? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you. Motion 230003, motion to follow Robert's Rules of Order conducting business of the Board of Commissioners.
Motion.
Second.
On the question? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion to set the meetings of the Board of Commissioners to be held on the first and third Wednesday of the month at 10 a.m. unless otherwise specified. Entertain a motion.
Oh, second.
On the question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opportunity for the public to address the board. Commissioners, other business.
Hey. What am I?
Oh, geez. I didn't even see you there, Joan.
Look up.
How are you?
It's Scranton. First of all, I want to wish everybody a very happy new year, health and wealth and success. I suspect 2023 is going to be a busy year, especially for you three. It's an election year. And so I don't know whether some or all of you will be running, but I wish you success as you pursue or continue your careers in government. Having said that, I would like to remind you that you are first and foremost public servants. You're elected by the people. And keep in mind that many of the residents of this county have legitimate concerns going forward into 2023. Many people make nowhere near the salaries and the income that you three make. Many of them are living at or below the poverty level. And they have a lot of valid concerns. Inflation, especially for the poor, is a major concern. Possibility of recession. Maybe some of them are worried about losing jobs. COVID is an ever-present fear. They're trying to see how reassessment's going to affect them and affect their taxes. And what little money they have should not be treated like monopoly money. So you need to be very, very careful as you go forward. I know a lot of your time and energy will be devoted towards the upcoming election, but try to keep a focus on the people that you are elected to serve because they are important. And one more thing. The last 3 years were very, very entertaining on a certain level. But we really can do without that kind of entertainment. We have serious issues facing us as residents and citizens and taxpayers. So please, go forth, do well, be fruitful, multiply, but keep in mind that you are public servants. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay. Commissioners, other business? Mr. Shermack?
Just, Joan, I hear your concerns, and I appreciate that. I do take my job very serious, and I consider it a privilege to be here. And in fact, I will be trying to retain my seat, so I will be running this spring. But thank you for your concerns, and I will continue to work hard for the residents of Lackawanna County.
Commissioner Dominic? Okay, Joan, we all do take our job serious. And as far as the tax situation and our responsibility to money, there's only two ways to deal with it, is either raise revenue or decrease spending. Decrease spending is very difficult because of the 7 union contracts we deal with and all the things the government is mandated to do. So we have to increase our tax base, which is part of the reason for the reassessment, not to charge people more taxes, but to get people taxed fairly and ones that haven't been taxed in the past. And this is part of the reason for the reassessment. The reassessment's not going to hurt people. That's a misunderstanding. That's basically what it is. This is going to be good for the community. It's going to be good for the area. It's going to attract more business. It's a positive thing going forward. There's no question. It's something that's been politically kicked, a can that was kicked down the road for 50 years. 53?
52.
52? And it had to be done, and it's just good, solid government. We take our job seriously. During the course of the pandemic, it was difficult. We lost a lot of revenue during the pandemic. We did not spend the money to replace that from the funds that were given to us by the federal government. We did it to help people. We gave millions of dollars to small businesses to try to promote and keep them safe and secure during the course of this as best we could. We can't control inflation. We're Board of Commissioners. We're not the federal government. And again, we do take our job serious. At least I do, and I think we all do. So that being said,
Before you do that, motion for adjournment. I have to disagree with Jerry on the sense of. I know, it's the little things. I have to disagree with Jerry only to the extent about the spending. What he said is correct. We either need to generate revenue, recurring revenue, or decrease spending. But he indicated that decreasing the spending is hard to do. I don't believe it's as hard as everybody makes it out to be. I talked about at the last meeting last year, I don't know if it was a salary board meeting, I think it was, about the budget neutral changes. When people have, they eliminate jobs or they reduce a job down to a salary, they can't eliminate it for whatever reason, but they reduce it all the way down to a salary that they're never going to fill. And then they take that extra money that they get from that job and give people raises and things of that nature, as opposed to putting it back into the general fund coffer. And so, in my opinion, if everybody, all the row officers, the court system, and our departments through the commissioners, if we cut our expenses and start tightening our belts, we could substantially decrease our expenses and our spending. But nobody wants to do that, because if you do that, it's not the most politically pleasant thing to do, because when you do it, then you get backlash. So I think that this year is the year that we really need to ask the row officers in the court system, and then do it to our own departments or help them through it, our own departments that fall under our purview. We need to start decreasing our spending. Just because you have it to spend, because you eliminated a job, doesn't mean that you should spend it by giving people raises, even though I understand that, some people aren't paid a lot in the county. I understand that. But there's also a huge disparity in wages. And the more that we keep increasing certain people's salary, the disparity just keeps getting, what's the word I'm looking for, Frank? Greater, yes, but I was looking for something a little more oomph, but all right. So I agree with Jerry. We do need to increase revenue, but that's going to take time. Reassessment, I don't think, is going to be completed until, 26? So in the meantime, what are we going to do? Raise taxes? I wouldn't. Not as long as I see that there are expenses that can be cut throughout the county, and there are. There's a lot of fat in our budget, and it's time that everybody puts their big boy pants on and starts doing the hard cuts and not worrying about how it's going to affect them politically. That's my opinion. That's all I have to say.
okay, thank you. That's that's all everyone has. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
On the question, all in favor?